Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for tuning in on this Monday. I'm Aja Goare. Protests are intensifying along the Israeli-Palestinian border over the controversial inauguration of the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. More than 40 people have been killed so far. CBS's Seth Doan has more.
U.S. and Israeli leaders celebrated a historic transition as the U.S. Embassy in Israel officially moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
On behalf of the 45th president.
But even before President Trump's daughter Ivanka could declare the embassy open, thousands of Palestinians closed in on Israel's border to protest the divisive decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Palestinians want East Jerusalem as their future capital. President Trump confirmed his commitment to Middle East peace in a video message.
And we extend a hand in friendship to Israel, the Palestinians, and to all of their neighbors. May there be peace.
Representatives from 86 different countries were invited to send delegations. Less than half did. That underlines just how controversial this embassy move is. Israeli drones fired tear gas toward Palestinian protesters, and Israeli soldiers reportedly shot and killed several dozen Palestinians during mass protests along the Gaza border today. President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, noted he's the grandson of Holocaust survivors and said only President Trump had the courage to act on what many Americans have wanted for a long time.
While presidents before him have backed down from their pledge to move the American embassy once in office, this president delivered, because when President Trump makes a promise, he keeps it.
Palestinians who have been demonstrating for weeks say the U.S. is now no longer a partner in the peace process. Seth Doan, CBS News, Jerusalem.
And in other news today, new lava fissures in Hawaii could force another 2,000 people to evacuate. That's on top of more than 1,700 who've already left. There are now 18 fissures near the Kilauea volcano, and there is the possibility of a new steam-fueled volcanic explosion, which could produce boulders the size of refrigerators. The boulders wouldn't fall near populated areas, but ash would be a real concern. Here in Montana, floodwaters in Missoula County taking down power lines. Power lines at the end of Tower Street across the river to Schmidt Lane are in the water, creating a significant safety hazard for anyone recreating on the Clark Fork River. The utility company de-energized the lines, and several power cables are arched across the river. County leaders are also dealing with more debris from trees, as well as outbuildings and trailer homes breaking up and floating down the river. And residents in the Helena area dealing with more flooding today. Road closures are blocking off streets in some parts of town. Only residents who live in flooded areas may drive past the roadblock signs. There are some areas with 4 inches on the road that can make a wake and flow over sandbags, flooding homes further. We turn now to the weather scene with Ed McIntosh. And how are we looking with that snowpack today?
We got a lot of snow remaining, Asia, and that's going to cause more problems as temperatures begin to warm. The latest computer analysis shows we still have quite a bit of snow in the blue shaded areas, and that's adding up to anywhere from around 108% in Montana to 213% of the average amount of snow we'd have in the Sun, Teton, and Marias River Basin. So as the snow continues to melt over the course of the next several days, we're going to look at more and more of this water filling up the rivers, creeks, and streams, and more flooding will likely develop. It is a little below average for snow right now in northern Wyoming. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at the forecast coming up in just a few minutes from now.
Thanks, Ed. We turn to Crime Watch now. A man is behind bars today in Kalispell for allegedly causing a business to explode last month. Arnold Deans turned himself in and now faces charges of negligent arson and theft. Authorities responded to Rick Anderson's snow jobs in Dirt in mid-April to find flames. Surveillance video shows a small fire break out before a sudden explosion, then shows somebody running from the scene. The fire was extinguished quickly and no one was injured, but the blaze did cause $50,000 in damage. A Polson man is dead after a fall during a hike at Mud Lake Falls. The Lake County Sheriff Don Bell identified the victim as 18-year-old Cameron Roulier. Authorities received a call Saturday afternoon that a member of a hiking group had slipped on wet rocks, fell into the fast-moving water, and swept over the cliff. Search and rescue, along with 2 Bear Air, assisted in the search. Roullier was found dead at the bottom of the cliff. The body of a Flathead Valley doctor and skier was recovered Saturday, months after he went missing in February. Search and rescue crews located and recovered missing skier Dr. Jonathan Torgerson of Columbia Falls. The 62-year-old was located in an avalanche deposition zone of the north side of the mountain. It appears he was caught in a small avalanche on February 17th. The warming temperatures and snow conditions contributed to the successful recovery. The sheriff says canine teams were instrumental in the mission. Margot Kidder, the actress best known for her role as Lois Lane in the 1978 Superman film, died at her Montana home this weekend. Kidder died Sunday at her home in Livingston at the age of 69. Her cause of death is currently unknown. Kidder starred opposite Christopher Reeve in Superman and 3 sequels. In other news, Yellowstone National Park's Steamboat Geyser erupts for the 5th time in the last 6 weeks. The U.S. Geological Survey says Steamboat began erupting around 6:30 a.m. Sunday and lasted about 12 hours. The USGS says this level of activity hasn't happened since the 1980s, but scientists do not believe Steamboat's frequent eruptions point toward an active volcanic phase for Yellowstone. Steamboat is highly variable, sometimes taking years between eruptions, and at one point it didn't erupt for 50 years. Still ahead on the noon news, sports fans can now put their money where their mouth is. More on the Supreme Court's betting decision next. But first, Ed has our weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Aja Goare. Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and farm and ranch news from the Northern Egg Network. This is the noon news on Q2, Montana's news leader.